All right, you guys, we back to Mike Righteous, man. So we finna hit up the pen lyric video, man. So it's been a while since we hit up Mike Righteous. Been about a couple weeks, you know what I'm saying? So without further ado, man, let's get to it, man. Let's start it out.
Cool as a test.
Let's
see who's the sharpest tool in the shed. Cool as a test. Hey yo, I used to be a pebble held in the hand of an African, part of the first tribe that carved artistic patterns on a rock.
Okay. Hold up. Now he's scheming. Hold up. And I think these captions might be going a little too fast.
Cool as a test.
So I'll rely a little bit more on my hearing.
I used to be a pebble held in the hand of an African, part of the first tribe that carved artistic patterns on a rock of flint. They grate my solid skin against the cave wall. These are my roots. Now your youth use me in play school. I've writ tales, been held by a slave in Israel. Felt the sweat on their palm, wet my thick shell. I put the pictures on the pyramid, painted on papyrus with hieroglyphics on what the Egyptians they wrote the scriptures with. When evolution took place, my ancestors grew wings. Too whack.
Hold up, boy. It was too much going on. And this is not a true lyric video. I'm gonna turn off the CCs because it's messing me up. So let me restart this. All right.
Cool as a test.
Okay.
Let's see who's the sharpest tool in the shed.
Okay.
Cool as a test. Hey yo, I used to be a pebble held in the hand of an African, part of the first tribe that carved artistic patterns on a rock of flint. They grate my solid skin against the cave wall. These are my roots. Now your youth use me in play school. That's
crazy. So he began it with sharpest tool in the shed, and then he started talking about how you used to be a pebble, how they used to carve the hieroglyphics on the wall and stuff like that. I like how you set up that first bar, but let's
rock of flint, they grate my solid skin against the cave wall. These are my roots. Now your youth use me in play school. I've writ tales, been held by a slave in Israel. Felt the sweat on their palm, wet my thick shell. I put the pictures on the pyramid, painted on papyrus with hieroglyphics on what the Egyptians they wrote the scriptures with.
That's funny because for some reason, you ever mentioned the song One Mic? For some reason, that same, like the only time I've heard the word papyrus on a song was with that One Mic song Nas did. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was really interesting that he used that bar. But I definitely like the picture that he's painting with these words here. And I can tell he's being very descriptive. Being very descriptive. And I think that's what helps you be able to visualize it, because sometimes people can be lyrical and you can't see it and it's hard to understand. But this seems to be easy to understand for so
been
far.
Held by a slave in Israel. Felt the sweat on their palm, wet my thick shell. I put the pictures on the pyramid, painted on papyrus with hieroglyphics on what the Egyptians they wrote the scriptures with.
Oh, and he's still speaking from a perspective of a pebble.
When evolution took place, my ancestors grew wings, two white feathers, and you dipped their head in blue ink. I rap for Mozart, he held me tight to rap music. We produced a beautiful picture, a passion that was moving. Deep symphonies, without me, there'd be no history. I'm seen in literacy, I sealed the deals, I wrote the rules. I mean, literally, your tears are enemy. I'm a rapper's best friend, and I can be your worst enemy.
Definitely he can be your worst enemy, boy. You got to check out what he did on Fire in the Booth Part 4. But I like what he said right there. I'm going to take that back just so I can hear everything.
Deep symphonies, without me, there'd be no history. I'm seen.
Deep symphonies, without me, it'd be no history. I like how condensed his rhyme pattern is. Let me go back just a little bit more.
Feathers and you dip their head in blue ink. I rap.
Feathers, dip your head in blue ink like a quill. I'm gonna go back one more time.
Took place, my ancestors grew wings.
My ancestors grew wings. So now he's saying he evolved from a rock, from a pebble to a quill, basically.
Black feathers and you dip their head in blue ink. I rap for Mozart, he held me tight to rap music. We produced a beautiful picture, a passion that was moving. Deep symphonies, without me, there'd be no history. I'm seen in literacy, I sealed the deals, I wrote the rules. I mean, literally, your tears are enemy. I'm a rapper's best friend and I can be your worst enemy.
He's talking about the perspective of how you can use a pen. I could be your best friend or your worst enemy. So this is kind of similar to what Wretch did in his Daily Duppy when he was describing himself as being a book. You know what I'm saying? So he was describing himself as being a little book and he was using everything around it. So I think this is what exactly this is. He's describing the evolution of a pen. I hope I just didn't give away the whole video.
Baby, literally, your tears are in me. I'm a rapper's best friend and I can be
Your worst enemy.
When you sign a deal for Devil Jam, you don't sold your soul to the industry. What you consider a real MC, I give them the ability. Take the words from out the mouth and put it on the paper lyrically. I wrote for vivid imagery, ain't no one as sick as me, the missing piece.
That's funny because I just started talking about I wrote this vivid, so he's talking from the perspective of a pen and how you can use a pen, sign your soul over. You know what I'm saying? He's describing these different ways that a pen could be used.
Your rhyme pad, I've been held in Hitler's right hand. His stone cold eyes cried when he wrote, "Man can't fulfill the deal, handing over the Rhineland. Take me in your hand, you have to guide me like a blind man." I wrote the government secret book of society.
You say you have to gag me like a blind man. Let me take that back real quick. It's a lot to unpack here because he's talking about a lot of history, where this pen has been, how it's gone through history.
Hitler's right hand, his stone cold eyes cried when he wrote, "Man can't fulfill the deal, handing over the Rhineland. Take me in your hand, you have to guide me like a blind man." I wrote the government secret book of society. If I could speak, I'd expose the truth behind the lies that feed. I even know every secret you're keeping in your diary. Your tears are inside of me, so lead the way and rap with me. I'm born in a factory with all of my family. From there we're separated into the hands of humanity.
Wow. So he's talking about a plant where they construct the pen and how the pens are his family, but they all separated into humanity. I like that. I like that descriptive wording right there. And then he also talked about, I know all the secrets of the society, like secret societies and all that stuff like that. That's cool way to describe where the pen has been, you know? I mean, the pen has done mighty things. You know what I'm saying? And they can, you know, it's even written in the scriptures that the pen can be mightier than the sword. So
I could be in the bottom of a politician's pocket. The paper is my partner. Without him, I'm not. I've been held by great leaders and freedom fighters and righteous men. A prophet came with the teachings, and then I write from right to left, the author of the Quran.
The prophets were writing, and I writing from right to left. So he came into the books. Is that what he's saying?
Politician's pocket. The paper is my partner. Without him, I'm not. I've been held by great leaders and freedom fighters and righteous men. A prophet came with the teachings, and then I write from right to left, the author of the Quran, the holy book of Islam. Before you read it, pour water on your forearm. Put the Psalms in the Bible. Still, I find myself in the hands of a grown man with no plan, signing a gyro. I cry when I.
I'm saying, still I find myself in the hands of a grown man, something a gyro. Is he talking about baptism right here? Hold up.
The holy book of Islam. Before you read it, pour water on your forearm.
Before you read it, pour water on your forearm. Before you read it, pour water on your forearm. The holy book of Islam. Did I miss a bar? I must have missed something.
Great leaders and freedom fighters and righteous men. A prophet came with the teachings, and then I write from right to left, the author of the Quran, the holy book of Islam. Before
the Quran, the holy book of Islam.
You read it, pour water on your forearm.
Now pour water on your forearm. I'm trying to figure out what that means.
The author of the
That might be something I'm not familiar with religiously, so.
Quran, the holy book of Islam. Before you read it, pour water on your forearm. Put the Psalms in the Bible. Still, I find myself in the hands of a grown man with no plan, signing a gyro. I cry when I write poems. Microsoft is knocking me. Everybody's got a laptop. When you forgotten me, I give a.
Ooh, so he's moving. I knew he might go into actually typing the lyrics on the computer. And I was right. I was right about that because, you know, nobody uses a pen no more. Everybody writes on their phone. So you forgot about me? That's what he's talking about.
I write poems, Microsoft is knocking me. Everybody's got a laptop. When you forgotten me, I give a poor man property, money to live properly. You turn your back on me, you win the lottery because of me. I wrote a letter for a kid that never could spell, whose brother's in a cell, waiting for his letter in jail. I write the will when you inherit the wealth. I write the details on every check you get in the mail. I wrote the final words of a man that had nothing, so he deaded himself. Before he done it, he wrote a letter he left on the shelf. The neighbors phoned the council, told him about an unbearable smell. And when the council went in the house, the neighbors went in as well. They found him hanging from the banister, his head had gone pale. They read the letter and it said, why didn't anyone help? I told you.
Whoa. Oh, nah, that was juicy. We gotta take that all the way back. That was juicy.
Never could spell, whose brother's in a cell, waiting for his letter in jail. I write the will when you inherit the wealth. I write the details on every check you get in the mail.
I write the will when you inherit the wealth. I write the Will of every death in the, okay. Every letter in the mail. Okay. He's writing the will. So I think I know where he's going.
The final words of a man that had nothing, so he deaded himself before he done
okay,
it.
I got it now.
On the shelf. The
right.
Neighbors phoned the council, told him about unbearable smell. And when the council went in the house, the neighbors went in as well. They found him hanging from the banister, his head had gone pale. They read the letter and it said, why didn't anyone help? I told you over and over I ain't mentally well, and I'd rather exist in hell than live in this terrible world. You see me? I've written the tale of 1,000 fools, cause I'm the pen, the world's most powerful tool.
Yeah, he actually went to what I referred to, was saying that the pen is more mightier than the sword. Look at what all the pen can control. You know what I'm saying? Even the keyboard is a certain type of pen. Even the numbers, the touch screen on your phone is a certain type of pen. So look what the pen can do to the whole world. It could change your perception. It could change, you know what I'm saying? It can mislead you. You know what I'm saying? It's the mightiest weapon in the world. I like what he did here. It was a story. It had progression. When the pen evolved through each and every age that it existed. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. I like Mike Righteous, man. Let me know what else I could do to him. You know what I'm saying? This is just a warm up. You know, I record these things in batch. So if you want to hit the like button, man. If you guys want to see more Mike Righteous on the channel, let me know in the description box what you want to hear next. You know what I'm saying? What UK artist you want to hear next. And I'll catch you guys at another one. Make sure you check out the next video right here if you want to hang out with your boy Muggs. I'll catch you on that later, right? Peace.